I'm Elisa Mortensen, and this is Undo Redo.
Hey, welcome back. Hello, hello. Or maybe it's your first time here. Either way, I'm really glad you're here because we have to have an honest conversation about what I do and what I have to offer you as a coach. This is the kind of conversation you might have with a friend who's not afraid to say what needs to be said. And maybe I'm not a traditional life coach. I don't sell sessions where I help you vent or just feel better in the moment and get things off your chest. I do solutions and I help you rebuild from the inside out. And what I do is for people who are ready to do the work and really take a look at themselves to lead their life to their own change and stop living in a stuck, repetitive pattern. You won't find a couch or a notepad here where you can sit back and just, speak your mind. What you'll find is more clarity and direction. You'll find a strategy and some accountability. You'll find someone who believes that you're more capable than just surviving in your life. You're here to build, and it starts with how you think. And I let you know that. The first thing we do is we look for things that need to be undone, things that need to be let go of in order for you to progress, for you to think differently, and for you to get to new spaces. We undo the stories that you've believed for years, and we work on finding them together. We undo the automatic reactions that you've been having and the habits of blaming or waiting on others, depending on someone else for change, so you can finally feel the peace and the freedom from all of that. I work with people who are caregiving for other people, leading other teams, parenting kids or teaching other kids, and those buttons of yours are being pushed, right? People who argue about their kids because neither partner wants to communicate and everyone's taking it personally. People who love deeply but are running on fumes and resentment. I've seen it. I've lived all parts of it, and I've been coached through it all. Even though I've had all the training and education, plus I've been a lifelong student and researcher of behavior and communication and connection, I still have a coach that pulls me through. And the truth about it is that difficult person in your life or that situation that feels impossible, that's not what's in the way. What's in the way is what your mind is making of it. Thoughts like, they always ruin the mood, or why try? It never works anyway, or this is just who I am. Your mind offers those thoughts on replay, and if you don't challenge them, they quietly run in the background and ruin your life, or quietly run your life in a not so good direction. But guess what? Whatever you consistently think will shape what you experience. So if you must believe in something, let's believe in what you'd most like to have happen. And let's work on forging a lens with intention towards what you do want. Because I'm not the coach that pretends that life is easy because it's not supposed to be. I'm the coach that tells you that your happiness and your success doesn't depend on that ease and that comfort, and that's not where it's found. Happiness and success depends on the capacity for you to do hard things, no matter what, or to have something hard come at you and be willing to increase your capacity to be in the hard and do the reps that it takes for you to make more space and increase yourself while it's happening. That capacity grows every time you try, every time you evaluate, every time you adjust, every time you intentionally go back into it and stay in the struggle and do it again. It increases, right? It grows when you stop quitting on yourself and when you don't hide, when you stop handing your power over to someone or something outside of you, when you don't delay and distract or become drama. That's how it increases. I don't teach perfection. I teach momentum. I teach showing up differently, and I show you how. This builds more space for you. A lot of people will say, I can't take on anymore. I don't have any more in me. They're just drained. They see themselves at the end of their rope. Again, that's their thoughts and that's their story. And when you feel like you're hitting a ceiling or you're hitting the end and you have no room, I show you how to make more room without exhausting yourself, draining yourself, or going under and hitting burnout or needing to go numb yourself out with all the things that we do to just be numbing. And it's more simple than you think. If I'm your coach, I don't care how many times it didn't work for you. I'm going to be honest with you. I care how honest you are with yourself and how committed you are to not stopping until something shifts inside of you, until you find that thing that you're looking for. You don't build more capacity in that room. I'm talking about that space that you need more time, you need more energy. You don't build it by being in your comfort. It's uncomfortable to build. You build it while you're in motion. You don't wait to be motivated. Motivation finds you as you're moving. Sometimes I see that shift happen in a single sentence. A client realizes, oh, I'm not reacting to them. I'm reacting to my thoughts about them. And that's where the change starts. You might think you need more patience, more time, less stress, but what you really need is a new lens, a new way of framing it, a new space to hold the hard things, a new way of talking to yourself when things get really messy. So when your mind tries to sell you on quitting, let's just don't do this, or hiding, let's just go get back in bed and pull the covers over our head, or scrolling, I'm going to check my phone again, this sucks. Baking another batch of brownies, go and fixing it with food, and you avoid what you really need to do. When your mind tries to tell you all of those things, you can pause and search inside and say, what's the story here? And how is it stopping me? And what can I change that story to that helps me feel excited about it, or at least being curious about it, that I can grow? That's what I do. I help you go through that process, and I take your hand and I guide you through that. So it's so much more simple than trying to willpower your way through it, and most of the time just end in exhaustion or burnout. I help people build emotional endurance and manage their mind drama. Lead you through conflict, to connect you without control, to set boundaries without feeling guilt, to respond to things happening around you instead of react. Because when you own your thoughts, you own your feelings. And when you own your feelings, you show up on purpose, not on default, not on just spinning out in whatever you've done. And this gives you the life that you want. It's not perfect people around you. It's not predictable outcomes and everything's easy. It's you fully present and capable in courage and confidence. Doesn't that sound great? So if you're here to have a coach who will nod and soothe you and make it easier to tolerate your life, I'm not her, right? But if you're ready to understand your mind, to raise your standards, to really address what's happening inside of you, to stretch yourself with support and strategy, then yeah, we're a really perfect fit. This is about movement and action, not feel-good fluff, maintenance, and really good cliches. So the question is, are you ready to stop spinning in your pain and start doing something with it that's useful? Because I'm here and I'm ready, and I don't do sessions, I do solutions. And the only way to work with me is through a consultation where we talk together and I give you all of my focus and attention as an expert. This is the highest valued hour of your life. You have planning and experience and an outline and a strategy to take with you and have immediate things to work on and improvement. All right. So if you're ready, let's go. Go to my website, connect.elisamortensen.com. Or if my website has changed, check the notes, because sometimes that happens. And I will plan on seeing you on my calendar and we'll get together and talk. All right. Till next time. Bye.